and JJ.
Hit it!
It's time for the Frangie Show on Tintin XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we welcome you in, and guess what? Lauren called it. We're out and about again on a beautiful, beautiful day. Where'd you rather be, inside or at a ball game?
This is gorgeous.
Oh, my God. Yesterday, we thanked our friends from Liberty Landscape for having us out, and today we're right back on the road, second time in a week, out here at Session Stadium to watch JU baseball as JU Big Conference Series comes up. They play Stetson coming up tonight. We told you earlier, what an odd season, what an odd week for JU. The River City Rumbles last week here at Session Stadium, the first of two times they'll get together. And UNF laid it to them. There's no question. UNF really pounded them 3 games in that crosstown rivalry. Meanwhile, Florida was in Arkansas, sweeping number 4 Arkansas. So JU gets swept by a rival on the weekend. Florida sweeps one of the best teams in the country on the road on the weekend. JU goes and beats Florida on Tuesday night. So maybe that's the launching pad, if you will, for the JU baseball team.
Well, it'll be really interesting to get Chris Hayes' perspective on it. Like, we know about Kevin O'Sullivan having a really, heart-to-heart's probably not really the word for it, a massive butt-chewing.
That's right.
For the Gators after they got swept at Alabama, and it turned them around. They beat Florida State. They swept Arkansas, to your point. They got back into the rankings, but then they lose to JU. JU coming off the disappointing sweep to the Ospreys, what was there some big messaging? Was there something player-driven, or was it just a simple case of this is baseball and it can happen this way? And, so it'll be interesting to hear from Chris Hayes on what that 72-hour stretch was like, because you have to think that beating the Florida Gators in Gainesville, obviously the conference standings means a ton, but what a lift that's got to be. It's not the first time JU has beaten Florida by any stretch.
Right.
But still, what a big momentum boost just to prove you guys can do this at a very high level.
And I think that's probably what came out of it. I think, look, they've been hurt. Everyone has injuries, but they've had some real ones. Everybody knows that. Chris talked about it on our program. They lost Jonas Shields, their terrific center fielder, was a second baseman last year, and really kind of the heart and soul of their team, their energy, if you will. And maybe winning a big – well, we'll see, because Stetson's pretty good now. And UNF has won 2 out of 3 at Stetson. And so we'll see – or 3 out of 3 against Stetson. We'll see right now if they bounce back. So hopefully good things happening for the JU baseball team. All right, all kind of things to do today. Chris Hayes will be by at about 4:15, 4:20, as he always is. Alex Ricker-Gilbert will be here at 5:20. In between at 5 o'clock, Lee Smith by phone will be here. Lee would love to come in studio with us. We're just traveling. We're the traveling Wilburys is what it's hard to come find the Wilburys is what it is.
Can I be low cash?
I think you can. You can and you are.
Okay, good.
By the way, today, one of my buddies was texting me about this. I didn't realize this. Did you realize it's 25 years since Randy Johnson killed the bird?
Is it really?
Did you realize that, JJ? 25 years?
No, it was spring training, right?
Yeah, it was 25 years ago today.
Wow.
And for people that don't, we all know the story. For people that don't know,
there's not much of a story, right?
Yeah.
the dove. It was a dove. Did you know it was a dove?
Oh, that is bad karma.
I didn't know that. I just read it today. It's a dove. The dove.
Well, it exploded.
It exploded. The bird exploded. The bird, God bless his soul, God rest his soul, flew in the path of a Randy Johnson fastball. Back then, if they'd had today's guns, it was probably going 112.
Oh, easy.
So and the bird blew up. And they had this whole story on it on ESPN.com today. The catcher talking about it, the batter. Jeff Kent was standing with one leg on the top step of the dugout, and it's you got to. It's
any
really
word from the bird's family? Were they quoted at all?
I have not. I didn't get all the way deep into the story.
Okay.
So in the first 4 paragraphs, no, but you had a hunch it was coming. So, but anyway, it was okay. Wasn't that a wild story? When it
really was. Talk about the epitome of wrong place, wrong time.
Right.
Boy, if you haven't seen the video, the feathers that come off of this thing, it's incredible, and the poor bird just drops right dead.
Right.
There's no.
It blew up.
Yeah, there's no trying to hang in there and get to a tree, I mean, it's pretty much over.
Dude, it exploded.
immediately. Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't going to land when you know the worst time to land when you've exploded.
Yeah.
So it wasn't going to do that.
But it was. It's odd because you've never seen anything else like it. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously in this day and age, a million pitches are thrown on video, whether it's whatever level of baseball, but pretty much everything is on video now, and it's never been replicated. And it's interesting that it happened, and it was one of the greatest flamethrowers that the game has ever seen in
Right.
the big unit. That's the one that killed the bird.
Yeah, it wasn't Jamie Moyer.
Right. That's right. Well, right. The bird would have just rolled his eyes at that point. Yeah, so, but anyways, but it was 25 years ago today. So there certainly is.
What an anniversary.
What an anniversary it is. A lot of things to get to today in the program. Kirk Cousins to the Raiders interests me. I'll say this: Tom Brady, Kirk Cousins, Clint Kubiak, Fernando Mendoza, who by all accounts is really smart and a really good learner, and he's going to be the pick. He's well positioned, wouldn't you think? I mean, I would think. I didn't think there'd be any significance to the Cousins signing when he ultimately signed somewhere, but now I think there kind of is, because I think he's the perfect mentor for Fernando Mendoza, along with the others.
I think it makes sense too, and particularly if you're buying into, and I'm not sure I'm there yet, but this is a move that would certainly support the theory that post Ravens backing out of the Max Crosby deal, if the Raiders have kind of reassessed their positioning and said, you know what, we may be better than people think. They spent a ton in free agency, which doesn't always guarantee success, but they have spent to improve their roster. They did that in the first wave of free agency. Then they get Max Crosby back because the Ravens flag his physical. So, now it makes you wonder, now adding Kirk Cousins, which would lead you to believe that they at least think that there's a chance they could be a contender early and let Mendoza develop a bit before putting him out there. Again, I'm not sure that I buy into that, particularly in that division, but it's an interesting move by Las Vegas today. I mean, because they're paying him decent money. It's not like he's, there for $1.5 million. This isn't a Tua deal.
Right.
And I think it's clearly to make Kirk Cousins at least the starter for the first 5 or 6 games, unless Mendoza just wows them.
That's right.
And blows them away
Unless
in
he's
training
crazy
camp.
good.
Right.
Unless he's crazy good. So, no, it will be very interesting. I got a thought or two about that whole Raiders thing coming up a little bit later on in the program. That comes up in just a bit. So we'll certainly talk about that coming up as well. Where are you on the excitement level now for the Final Four? Where are you?
Oh, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be outstanding, both games Saturday night, and then really, regardless of the outcome Saturday, I think the title game is going to be just amazing.
There's nobody that would disappoint you if they're in it.
Not to me.
There's not right. I mean, when the lowest seed in it is a 3,
Right.
then there's no pretenders.
And the 3 is the most storied program.
Yeah, correct.
I think that it's going to be an unbelievable Final Four, and I'm looking forward to. I guess our loser Monday. We make picks tomorrow.
We
right?
make picks tomorrow.
Wow.
We picks the player.
JJ LaSelva on the
JJ,
clock.
have you decided yet whether or not you can pronounce any of those Illinois players' names?
I know Stojakovic.
Okay.
There you go.
That's Paige's
got,
son,
too.
but
Yeah.
It's
That's
about all
what
I
I
got.
got.
We'll accept Paige's son.
Yeah, that's about all I got too. Just in case you're wondering.
but no, I do
Yeah.
have a list. I've been in the lab.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, good.
So and JJ will pick first.
Yep.
Okay. And I think I picked last because don't I pick last?
No, you'll pick
What did we
second.
have last time? What did we have? Oh,
What-
it doesn't matter. It just matters last year.
I get. Oh yeah. I mean, I would say.
All right, whatever. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
I think you're second, and then
Okay,
then
you're
I'm third.
Okay, so we will.
This is
But,
going to be extra tough because the matchups in the semis are so close. Usually
Right.
you'd have a team that's like a 7-point favorite or something, and you
Right.
expect them to move on.
Right.
This one, it's a toss up both games.
The key is getting somebody in that. If you can get them all in that Monday night
Exactly.
affair, then you're in great shape. It's just how many players can you get? So we picked 3 players, and someone's headed to Bono's on Monday, so that'll be certainly a lot of fun, no question about it. I'm going to weigh in on Kirk Cousins a little bit later on. I also will thought about this now that the owners meeting stuff is behind us, and now the Orlando stuff is behind us. Boy, oh boy, I thought the Jaguars in all of it. Remember, they weren't at the combine, so they had. I thought the Jaguars showed well. Did you think that? I thought they showed well. I thought.
You talking about yesterday?
I'm talking about at the owners' meetings in Phoenix when Liam and everybody talked. Then yesterday in Orlando.
Yeah, it's been a good week.
It's been a good week. Lumping the whole week together,
Yeah.
I thought they showed well. It will be. It will. I'm trying. I guess 2023 and 2018 were sort of like this, but not quite as much from the expectation standpoint. You know, there's, and I don't mean just in Jacksonville. There's a buzz about these guys. There's a palpable buzz, which is why I'm going to hold on to my Dallas. So I know you're probably right, but I'm going to hold on to my hope that they possibly play in Dallas on Thanksgiving Day. I think that'd be just so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it would certainly be great exposure for the organization and a great challenge, getting a chance to play on Thanksgiving. I'll be surprised, but, maybe the league surprises us and the Jaguars do get that, that honor. But my guess is it's going to go to the Giants or Washington or the Eagles or a team like that.
Yeah, I can't. I totally agree with you, and I want you to be wrong. I mean, look. Logic says the NFL is not going to put them on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, history says they've never been there. I just think if you got a team that's never done it, and you got a marquee quarterback.
I wonder if the league is even aware of that.
Well, everybody's aware of everything. But the better question is, do they care?
Well, and that's like, if you're the Jaguars, do you want to play on Thanksgiving Day? Like from a competitive standpoint.
I know the producer at 1010XL doesn't.
Yeah. You mean he doesn't? Because of the short week?
Yeah, short week, and I don't know.
Well, the producer at 1010XL would rather not. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Is that what you heard?
I have enjoyed the fact that they've never been playing on Thanksgiving.
Well, the producer, I've heard, doesn't want them to. There's words on the street. I can't confirm or deny this. That the play-by-play guy would love to have the whole weekend off. Okay, so
I never thought about that.
I'll see if I can get that. I'll see if I can get that confirmed, JJ. But that's what people are saying.
That's a good point.
Is that the play-by-play guy would love to fly back at about midnight on Thursday?
Yeah.
And I'll see you on Monday.
Okay.
Okay. So since we're talking about the producer and the play-by-play guy. Okay. So.
But I would think if you're Liam Cohen and James Gladstone and Tony Baselli, you're not calling the league saying, hey, we've never played on Thanksgiving before, and we would like you to rectify this situation.
Yeah. And
I just wouldn't think it'd be something that I know fans care about it, and I get that, and that's great. But I would be surprised if it's something that the club would
the football
seek out.
I would think business would like it because there's notoriety and there's visibility and it's exciting. I never thought about, Hayes, the competitive advantage or disadvantage of playing on Thursday. I never thought about that. We had plenty of Thursday. We've played plenty of Thursday games.
If it's your only Thursday, then I think, because you always pretty much go in thinking you're going to have one Thursday.
Right.
It was weird last year because they didn't have a Thursday game last year, which was odd. But so look, we'll know in about a month. We'll get the schedule in about a month. But I'd be surprised, but I know that you and D-Rock and the fans are hoping to finally get the Jaguars on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, I actually nothing in the world I love more than telling you I think you're going to be wrong, except telling you were wrong.
Yes.
So I enjoy both of those. But I think you're right on this one. I don't think they're going to be playing on Thanksgiving Day. I just think it would be cool if they did. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to win that. I think they're going to wind up not playing there because they're not a marquee franchise. But I think it'd be cool. We'll take a break. Let's get into some baseball. Chris Hayes joins us. Boy, they had a big win on Tuesday night. Chris is going to be beaming after a little bit of a tough go for the JU Dolphins. They beat the Florida Gators in Gainesville. Now a huge A-Sun series against Stetson starts tonight. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
I'm Jeff Lageman, right here on the flagship station of the Jaguars.
That's a heck of a catch.
1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jacksonville, get ready. April 6th, the Florida Theater presents Leonid and Friends. This 11-piece band brings the sound of Chicago to life. Horns, vocals, all the energy. Hear favorites from Chicago, Earth, Wind & Fire, Stevie Wonder, and more. One night only, April 6th. Get your tickets now at floridatheater.com.
I'm Holt Harrell. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were shocked that some lawyers get more from a case than their own client. After paying bills and costs, if we are supposed to get more than a client, we won't. That's the Harrell and Harrell promise. When we say that we treat our clients like family, we mean it. If you've been in an accident, call us today. 251-1111. Harrell and Harrell. Offices, Jacksonville.
Sent in, and Sporting Jacks breaks through first.
For the latest on Jacksonville's pro soccer teams, join the Sporting Jacks Coaches Show, presented by Honda of the Avenues, every Tuesday night at 6 on 1010 AM and 1010XL.com.
Frank Frangie here from my friend and insurance agent Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years, is your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now is a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 904-940-9740.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Keep your ball out of the rough with the Edwin Watts Golf Hour. Get great golf tips from the experts every Saturday morning at 10. The Edwin Watts Golf Hour on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
We appreciate our friend from Stanley Pools. My buddy Greg Stanley was a catcher here at JU. You know that?
Wow, I did not know
A very
that.
good catcher here at JU. Now, is he older than you, younger than you, or were you with Greg?
He is a little older than me.
Okay, you're a young guy. You're a young guy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, I can get out there and play right now.
my buddy Chris Hayes is here. He is the head coach. Congratulations on the win at Florida. I know obviously you struggled over the course of the weekend, and we'll get to that in a minute. But that's a good win when you go down there and beat the Gators.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime you get a chance to go on the road and play a top 20 opponent, get a chance to go to Gainesville and play well in front of a great crowd. I mean, that stadium is amazing. The facilities are tremendous. That's an unbelievably talented team, extremely well coached, and they're playing well. You know, I mean, they just came off a sweep against Arkansas in Fayetteville. They're getting ready for Ole Miss today. So we caught them in between, big SEC series. They were, they threw good quality arms at us. We saw plenty of 95s to 97s. We just we pitched pretty well. They pitched well, but not to their standard. And then we came up with a big hit in a big spot and took advantage of some free passes they gave us. And, I mean, look, we closed it out and got it done on the road in Gainesville. So it was nice to play well. It really was.
Yeah, a couple real big timely hits in that win. Does that give you hope that you guys are making strides in that area of the offense?
Absolutely. I mean, it's the quality. We just want to go out and play quality baseball. And that's in all three phases: pitch, defense, offense. And we were able to put it together. And I mean, I would have liked to have seen more hits. And I mean, we ended up with 6 hits, but we got big hits when we needed them. We could have put a lot of pressure on them early. They did a good job of getting out of some tough spots that they put themselves in. And you look up and it was tight down the stretch, but we came back. And, it was good. Hopefully we can carry a little bit of momentum into this weekend with that.
Tell me, give me the state of your team. Obviously, you didn't play well last week. You and I talked about that off the air. UNF's got a good team.
Yep, and they're playing well.
And they're playing well. You've gone through some injuries. What about now? Stetson's good. It's a good league. You got Gulf Coast after that. How do you feel? Where's your team mentally? How do you feel about these guys?
It's a long season, and we're kind of in a little bit of a trough, and we will get a chance to respond. We're going to play all these teams now in conference again once we get through Stetson and Gulf Coast. There is some maturity on the group. There's no panic, but they are not happy. They're not satisfied with where they are. And we're preparing the right way. We've got a good mindset going into each game. There's no negativity with the group at all. It's literally it's within us. They just know they got to get it done when it matters in between the lines.
Chris, when you talked about this last week, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but Jonas Shields, really good player, broke his hand, gone for a while, if not the whole season. When you lose a guy, you've done this a long time, that is your spark plug, your fire, kind of your energy. Does somebody else step up and become that? Do you hope they do? Do you nudge someone to that? As a coach, how do you handle that?
You would love for someone to step into the shoes, but really it's got to be a cumulative effect because you can't replace Jonah. You can't replace what he does. We don't have 5 Jonah Shields on our roster. You really just hope that from a cumulative standpoint, everybody just ticks their energy level up. And maybe that might be part of it. They're trying to do a little too much. Guys are trying to hit that 5-run home run with 2 guys on base,
right?
And you can't play the game that way. You just got to play the game on, with a little bit of relaxed, intensity. You got to play with some urgency, but you can't play, it can't be gritting your teeth and play intense all the time. So you can't force it. I can promise you that. And I think they've tried to force it a little bit to overcome some of the deficiencies that we've had. But it's got to be as a group. One person is not going to be able to step up and take what Jonah brings to us.
Was there a moment Sunday night after the UNF series or Monday when you guys regrouped that either you or your staff kind of had to make a point to the team, or was there something player driven that you liked seeing? Because obviously you guys responded really well in Gainesville.
And I think as coaches, we meet continually, and as a staff, we're constantly bouncing ideas off each other and continuing to get back and make sure the message is consistent and it's a positive message, and the positive message continues for the team. But ultimately that was about the team. It was about the group of those 35 guys that we've got on the roster going down and saying enough, and we're going to play well. And they did, and that was what was encouraging. Believe me, the messages have been sent plenty of times prior to Sunday. It says there was no team meeting Sunday after the game as a coaches grouping, and we always talk post-game about every game, every single thing that we've gone through, and how are we going to make adjustments going forward. So that's continuing. There's nothing new. Again, we don't want to promote an idea of panic, and we have to do something different. No, we're doing the right things. You guys are doing the right things. It's just the product on the field. We've got to deliver when it matters.
Tell you, baseball coach Chris Hayes is with us. You said something interesting. You said you saw the 95s and the 97s. I told Hayes this story. I was watching one of the Florida games, maybe the FSU game, one of them. And the midweek, they had 2 midweek guys hit 100. Mm-hmm. They're midweek guys. So I'm wondering, is college baseball? I mean, pro baseball has gone all to velo. There's nothing but velo. If you don't, you'll never see a guy except for one of these old guys that doesn't throw 95 now. Is college baseball not that high, but is velo all the rage in college baseball now?
There's a lot of velo out there. There is. But there's also, you got to pitch. And they
Good,
just happen
still.
they happen to have a staff of guys who have got tremendous arm strength and can all really pitch. I mean, Sully and his staff do an unbelievable job of getting those guys ready. And getting them on campus, retaining them, and then getting them ready. And then, those guys can really do it. And they've just got a ton of arm strength. And there's arm strength all over the country. There is, but it's so much more than just arm strength. It really is.
When we come out here and watch, if someone comes out and watches JU Stetson next 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, will they see 95, 97, 94?
Maybe a couple times. It just won't be continual.
Okay.
They
might see it a few times.
We've got a staff full of guys that can pitch.
Right.
And that was part of what our problem was last weekend. We didn't do a very good job of landing our off speed. The only thing, really UNF could eliminate a lot of the off speed. Alex Walsh did a good job on Friday night of changing speeds and keeping them off balance. But really the rest of the weekend, we really struggled landing off speed pitches, and they just sat fastball and didn't miss it. And that was it. And they're swinging the bat extremely well. And we've got to do a better job of executing those pitches. But we've got a pitchability mindset with our staff. You're going to see some velo from Stetson, and hopefully they're not as comfortable on our mound as we are.
Stetson's so aggressive running the bases. They lead the A-Sun in stolen bases with 54, which is a reoccurring theme with their program. What's the challenge of limiting them when it comes to stealing bases?
It limits their opportunities and not put them on base for free. Make them earn. They're hitting 250 as a team. Make them earn their way on, and then vary your times to the plate, vary your looks. Make sure that we do a good job of executing any kind of pickoffs. And they're going to get their bags. That's their offense. They're going to get their bags, and that's okay. It's just we can't give them multiple opportunities, especially those opportunities for free.
Can't steal first. That's the bottom line, right?
Bottom line.
Yes, they can't. Roger Vergara really swinging the bat well. Cade Walter, we know about them. Tell me about who else. Is Bermudez out of it at all? Has he coming out of the slump at all? Tell me about some of the other
I think
guys.
he's turning the corner a little bit. He's starting to the quality of at bat that he's providing for us is increased, and I think he's starting to turn the corner. Sam Grunberg, we had a scare with him Friday night or Tuesday night in Gainesville. He got hit in the mouth. They lost a slider up and in on a 3-2 pitch, and they hit him in the mouth and actually lost a tooth from it.
Oh wow!
And so that was going back to the injury bug. You're kind of like, okay, here we go.
Right.
Next man up, and Manny Sufrain came in and did a good job of just solidifying the position at first base. But Sam actually got through the injury, and Grunberg will be back in the lineup tonight. We're going to DH him tonight because it's a bat that's coming. He's done a really good job of eliminating the negative start that he had, and I think he's starting to swing the bat a little bit better. And then Sam Mumau at the bottom, we've moved him. We had him in the 2-hole for a little bit. We moved him down back to the 9-hole. And it's really kind of a second leadoff for us to try to get on base in front of Walter and Vergara. And he had a really good night in Gainesville. I got on base 3 times, had another really good at bat, came up with some big hits, and made some really good plays for us at shortstop. So Sammy Mumau has really been starting to swing the bat well for us.
And a former Florida player, a transfer from Florida that got here. Jonas Shields would be your 2-hole guy, but you got to find a 2-hole guy.
Yep.
In terms of the series against Stetson wraps up Saturday at 1:00. What do you guys do for for Easter Sunday? And is that a team thing? Or do the players kind of get to go and be with fans? How does that work? And what have you traditionally done?
This time of year, we spend so much time together. And with the amount of travel we've had over the last couple of weeks, I'm going to give them all a break, and we're not going to see each other. Let them go do their things. There's a lot of guys with family close. They're not all from the local area, but they've got a lot of family close. They'll get together. So with some guys that don't have any family in the area, they'll get together with their teammates. And I'm going to let coaches go spend some time with their family. We don't get very many days where you can truly just take a breath. And Sunday's going to be one of those days where it's truly just a mini 24-hour vacation. So get away from it. Enjoy your time with your family. Appreciate the day for what it is, and then get right back after it on Monday.
Last thing, you talked about your mound better than their mound. Obviously, you played very well against Florida. You've been up and down, but off to a great start this year. You go on the road after this, so this is a big series, right? I mean, when you're home before the series, when you travel against two good conference teams, big, isn't it?
Well, a conference, and truly, and this is the message to the group, every one of these conference games matter. I mean, they really do. And whether it's Stetson or West Georgia, Queens or UNF or Gulf Coast, they're all 1 of 30, and they all mean the same thing. We got to play well. And, every time we get out, there's another opportunity to compete and try to get one of those conference victories. And that's the thing you're chasing, is the conference victories. So, yeah, this is big just because it is Stetson. There's a long, continual competitive spirit between the two universities.
I didn't realize you guys have played them more than any other team.
Yeah.
That's
it's
wild.
been a long time.
Yeah. They're big rivals.
It's like 225 meetings.
And we've both had a lot of success throughout the years, and they're down a little bit too. They're not having a great year. They've had some tough injuries. They've had some things not go their way. So I think we'll hopefully, and I hope that we've got two teams that are really putting their best foot forward and have a really good series this weekend.
Chris, final thing. It's not a JU Stetson thing. It's a baseball thing. More and more teams are playing these really young guys. The story comes out today that the Pirates are calling up Connor Griffin, who's 19, but he's not the only one. Guys are getting to the big leagues earlier. Are they ready? There's an emotional readiness too, right? Your body's still developing. What do you think? I love it, Bob. Fans love it because we hear about a guy we can't wait to see him. As a baseball guy that's been around baseball players and young people all your life, good, bad, what do you think?
There's going to be a select few, a very small percentage of the baseball population that's ready. And Connor Griffin's one of those guys. And Bryce Harper was one of those guys. And there's those unique talents that are in every mini generation that are going to get there. And you can't suppress that. But overall, the majority of players need some time, and they're just happy to be spending that time now in college a lot, at the Division I level.
Right.
And getting that they're getting a really good experience. And when they come out of college, they're more ready to play at the highest level, at the big league level, than they have in the past. And so you see a lot of the younger guys that have 3 years under their belt in college that maybe get there at 22, 23 because they've had the experience they've had in college. But again, Connor Griffin is a very special young man, and that's one of those guys that I'm not surprised. I'm surprised he didn't break camp with him.
Yeah, a lot of people are. He'll be fun to watch. So Chris Hayes, a terrific baseball coach at JU. JU Stetson coming up tonight at 7. Chris, thanks, buddy.
Appreciate y'all coming out.
Back in a moment. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
In a sea of big box corporate chain jewelry stores here, Beard's Diamonds is a refreshing alternative.
I grew up in Jacksonville, and we have been shopping at Beard's for over 2 decades.
Meet Richard Skinner. Richard's journey with Beard's started when nobody could even come close on the engagement ring he wanted.
We did shop around that stone and that particular setup with different jewelers, and Beard's was able to come in significantly lower. It was a no-brainer.
Since then, he's become another voice in the word-of-mouth advertising that has made Beard's stronger than ever.
I have referred my friends and sisters and brothers, and they have all had a very, very pleasurable experience at Beard's. The selection is great. The staff is awesome. It's a well-run business that really does care about their clients and their customers.
And unlike the others at Town Center, Beard's is a locally owned family jeweler.
The fact that they're locally owned, it does give you a little bit more personal experience. They actually have a desire to better the city of Jacksonville.
Beard's Diamonds. Online at beardsdiamonds.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball is home at VyStar Ballpark this week and weekend. Join us tonight for Coors Light Thirsty Thursday, fireworks tomorrow and Saturday, plus Southpaw onesie giveaway on Saturday, presented by Miller Electric and Hyatt Regency Jacksonville Riverfront. Catch on the field before Sunday Family Fun Day. Tickets start at just $5. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. Affordable, family, fun.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
The Golf Club of Southampton is gearing up for brand new greens and a lot more. And now's your chance to save on membership before the fee increase. Take advantage of a $1,000 savings if you join before the work starts in late April and before the initiation fee goes up. It's a great deal, plus $500 additionally in Pro Shop credit. Don't miss out. All the details are at golfsouthampton.com. Become a member now and save big. The course is in great shape, so head on out to the Golf Club of Southampton. Call 287-PLAY and get on the tee.
AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
Next time you head into a Gate convenience store, look for Form Energy Drink, designed to provide energy, hydration, and focus straight from Dana White and AB, celebrating those who embrace grit, discipline, and resilience in their everyday lives. Check out Form Energy at a Gate convenience store.
Jacksonville, you're on the clock. When your oil change is due, don't waste your pick sitting at a dealership. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, there's no appointment needed. Just pull in, stay in your car, and in 15 minutes, you're done. That's a smart pick. With convenient locations, a 4.7-star national rating, and named #1 quick lube for customer service by Forbes, Valvoline is the easy choice. Make the right call. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your first-round pick for service.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
And now we're on a Thursday. I mean, I should have dragged Greg Stanley out here. He was the catcher at Sandalwood, catcher here, a very good player. Catcher here at JU in like the late 80s, I think. Late 80s, early 90s. So, Greg, if you listen, this one's to you or for you, my man. Glad to be out here at JU at Session Stadium where JU and Stetson get together. 7 o'clock, first pitch. So,
what a day, by the way.
It was gorgeous. Yeah, it is gorgeous today, man. You know what? We went to
I want to go play baseball.
I'm telling you, we went to enough of the bad weather, right? Then I hear you. And you hear the crack of the bat behind you. No, you're exactly right. No, it's a gorgeous day out here. So come out and watch some baseball. This is a great time of year, man. Springtime is a great time to watch baseball, so come out if you can. I think Fernando Mendoza is going to be a very good player. I'm in the minority. There seems to be the assessments of him are everywhere from to not going to be great. I think if you ask people, they say the ceiling is middle of the pack NFL quarterback. That seems to be when I hear people talk, that seems to be the case. But I will tell you this: there is something about him, the understanding of it, the connectivity with players around him. He doesn't have a rifle arm, but he has 6'5" with a good arm. He's almost Brock Purdy with more traits for me is when he gets there. I think from an intelligence, moxie, savvy standpoint, as well as enough traits to be the #1 overall pick, I think he's going to be really good. And I think being under the mentorship of Tom Brady in some capacity, and he's an owner, not the coach, but I got Kirk Cousins is going to be there now. I'll bet you he's really good. I'll bet he turns out to be a good NFL quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Mendoza in terms of, I would take him #1 in this draft if I needed a quarterback.
No, I got you.
But I'm not a big believer that he's going to end up being one of the better quarterbacks in the AFC. And unfortunately, that's the bar. If he doesn't hit that, he'll be replaced fairly quickly. So it's not even a knock on Fernando Mendoza. I don't think we comprehend the difficulty now of a rookie quarterback.
Great point.
Becoming the actual answer to his team's problems. He's in a division with Patrick Mahomes, who will probably go down is the greatest quarterback, certainly of his generation and arguably of all time. He's in a division with Justin Herbert, who just got, finally, an elite offensive coordinator in Mike McDaniel. So I think Justin Herbert's getting ready to have another spectacular year. Bo Nix looks like he's coming on. And, oh, by the way, he's got Sean Payton guiding him and just got Jalen Waddle. I mean, so the problem is, like, specifically for the Raiders and Mendoza, is he could be okay. But if you're finishing in the bottom of that division the next 3 years and you've got another high pick in 27 or 28, chances are you're going to draft a quarterback and move on. So the degree of difficulty, particularly for Mendoza in this situation, but it goes for any quarterback coming in if you're a first-round guy, particularly in the AFC, where even once you move beyond the West, you've got Trevor Lawrence, you've got Lamar Jackson, you've got Joe Burrow, you've got Josh Allen. I'm probably leaving somebody else.
I get your point.
It's so deep now, and they're going to replace you if you're only able to guide them to 6 wins a year. So I think it's just so extraordinarily difficult. I think it is going to take very special prospects to crack that, particularly Drake May. Forgot about Drake May. He only went to the Super Bowl this year. So I just think for Mendoza, I like his environment. The Tom Brady thing I don't care about. I think that's a deterrent. I don't think Tom Brady will help him one bit. If anything, I think it puts pressure on him. But I like Clint Kubiak as a head coach. He's never done it, but I like, and obviously his dad, won a Super Bowl as a head coach. He comes from a great lineage. He's got, a great NFL background. He's ready to be a head coach. I like the fact that Cousins is there. Will be a great mentor to Fernando Mendoza. He's not being blindsided by this. So I don't know that he was a great mentor to Penix because he was blindsided by that move by the Falcons. This, obviously, he knows what he's getting into. He knows he's the bridge between Geno Smith era and Fernando Mendoza. So I think he'll be good for Fernando. So all that, I think, sets up well for him. And the talent isn't bad. You got Brock Bowers. That should be 100 receptions right there that you have that he can do something with. But I just think it is so brutal in that division. He will have to be special. If he's just good, he'll be chewed up and spit out in 3 years.
I do believe this. I do believe if you're good, the sport finds you and gives you opportunities. It might not be, to your point, it might not be right away because he's in a division where all three teams are significantly better than his team. I get it. But if you're good, you find your way. Here's why. Because to your point, it's so hard to find them, man. It's hard to find good quarterbacks. So if you can find one, somehow, some way, there's enough good stuff around them. There's been very few, I say that, I think there's been very few really good quarterbacks who flopped. Usually if you're the guy, you're going to get enough chances to show it. So I think he's going to. It's going to be a fun watch. That much is for sure. The Indiana quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. We'll take a break. Hayes says headlines coming up. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
No static ever. Download the free 1010XL app for Apple and Android devices and take us with you wherever you go. 1010XL.
Mike Dempsey, if you're thinking about a bathroom upgrade, maybe turning that old tub into a safer walk-in shower, check out 5 Star Bath Solutions. I shopped around, talked to several companies, and I chose 5 Star because their customer service was simply incredible. Responsive, honest, upfront about the entire project, and their pricing was even better than expected. When you're ready for a fresh look, better comfort, and a bathroom space you'll love using every day, schedule your free consultation at 5starbathsolutions.com and get the 5-star experience.
Some plumbing companies say they're local, right up until you realize their headquarters are in New York City. At Hall & Sons Plumbing, we're actually from here. Born, raised, and fixing leaks right here in Jacksonville. Hall & Sons Plumbing. Local. Family. Real.
He used to lay the lumber on the field.
No, I'm not a quarterback, but I like eating quarterbacks for breakfast.
Now he lays his opinions on Jaguars Today. Tom McManus. Fridays on 1010XL. Opened by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
My Gate Rewards members, this deal is just for you. Right now, grab any 2 12-ounce Red Bulls and get 2 of your favorite roller grill items for just $1. When you need a boost, Gates got you. See store for details.
Looking for golf that doesn't feel like golf? Welcome to Pine Royale, Callahan's new golf entertainment destination. Play a 9-hole par 3 course, compete in TrackMan-powered driving bays, and get ready for all-new 18-hole mini golf coming soon. As the sun goes down, the course lights up. Add in great food, a full bar, and space to hang with the whole crew, and suddenly golf feels a whole lot more social. Search Pine Royale Callahan and come play today.
Jacksonville, get ready. April 6th, the Florida Theater presents Leonid and Friends. This 11-piece band brings the sound of Chicago to life. Horns, vocals, all the energy. Hear favorites from Chicago, Earth, Wind and Fire, Stevie Wonder, and more. One night only, April 6th. Get your tickets now at floridatheater.com.
Which school won the first NCAA men's basketball championship?
When your homeowner's insurance policy is up for renewal, it's a good idea to shop around to find a better plan. Southern Oak Insurance for over 20 years provides Floridians a clear option. SouthernOak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The Oregon Ducks won the first NCAA men's basketball championship in 1939. They defeated the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. Honda going off-road. They've got it all. 2-wheel, 4-wheel. What's happening, my man?
Man, they've got the Talon. They got the Talon R. They've got the Talon Live Valve. You're looking to do some farm work, they've got the Pioneer 700, Pioneer 1000. Legendary Honda reliability. Super fun. Dirt bikes, of course, always amazing. More podium finishes than any other company. Can't go wrong there.
And families love it when they go off-road with Honda. Check them out. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency. CyclesofJacksonville.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round.
It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell and Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
We're certainly excited to be out here at JU. Again, the Dolphins hosting Stetson tonight at 7. They will also play Stetson tomorrow night at 7, and then Saturday at 1 o'clock. So if you're looking to watch some great baseball, get out here to JU. We're certainly thrilled to be out here. Thank you to our friends at Harrell and Harrell. Give them a call at 251-1111. They will take great care of you. I send my family there. They've been fantastic. Harrell and Harrell, 251-1111. Frank, let's start with the Jaguars. ESPN's Draft Brain Trust did a 3-round mock draft where they all sort of took turns making picks. I thought it was interesting what the Jags ended up getting with their 4 picks. Again, 1 second-rounder, 3 in the 3rd round. It was linebacker, defensive tackle, receiver, and safety. The linebacker, Josiah Trotter out of Missouri, then defensive tackle, Grayson Holton out of Oklahoma, receiver Brennan Thompson out of Mississippi State, and safety Genesis Smith out of Arizona. Now, obviously, we don't know much about any of those guys, but do you like the breakdown linebacker, D-tackle, receiver, safety?
I've read a bunch of those, or a handful that go that deep. Receiver's the one that surprised me.
Yeah.
Everybody's got him taking a defensive tackle. A lot of people have him taking an edge. Haven't seen as many safeties, some, but nobody's got it. That's the first mock that's gone to the middle of the draft, or close to it, I guess to the 2nd, 3rd round, whatever, that has them taking a receiver. So I do like it. I don't see a receiver high. That's the one spot I don't see high. The other ones all make sense.
Let's get it to around the NFL. We'll start with, we talked about Kirk Cousins signing with the Raiders. We both think that'll be interesting for Fernando Mendoza's development. Let's talk about Rams star receiver Puka Nacua has entered rehab. Boy, he's a spectacular talent. That's very alarming to see. Hopefully he gets the help he needs. But boy, that's a guy getting ready to sign a probably $2 million a year deal. That's the last thing you want to see if you're a Rams fan.
And I will tell you this, that's the one, and I don't pretend to know the Rams personnel, but my goodness, that's the last one I expected after a biting incident, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a biting incident. That one, of all the stories you see, that one surprised me. And again, I don't follow the Rams that closely, but that one surprised me.
Let's get to college football. Florida is working on a renovation to the Swamp. They emailed out a fan survey earlier this week seeking input, which was interesting. I did the survey, and was interesting some of the amenities that they threw out of would you be interested in this or not. But Strickland met with Florida reporters today and did say one of the things that came out of that meeting, says the capacity will remain the same. Now, again, some of that's going to be behind luxury boxes on the student side. So I still question, will the noise still be what we expect from the Swamp? But Strickland says at least the capacity will remain what it is right now.
Well, that was important because that's what he got criticized for. Again, these people that don't like Scott Strickland, I've never figured it out. Okay, he missed on Napier and stayed with him a little bit long. But that's, in terms of high-profile decisions, that's the word. That's the only bad one for me. But he was getting roundly criticized for shrinking the side of the Swamp, so now he's not doing it. We'll see. I can't imagine that the Swamp's not going to be stupid loud, no matter where you put this or where you put that. I mean, the charm of the Swamp is, boy, good luck getting the ball snapped if you're the opponent. I don't think that's going to change, but good for Scotty. And I'll say this too: he listened. A lot of people said, we don't want you to shrink the Swamp. We don't want fewer tickets. LSU and Tennessee and Georgia or Alabama have 100. Georgia's in the mid to high 90s. We're at 90, whatever. We don't want to lose any, so I'm not surprised by that.
Bama AD Greg Burns says the SEC title game has run its course and should end with the expanded playoff coming. Do you like the idea of the SEC championship game being disbanded?
I don't. I love the SEC championship game. I've been to a ton of them. So that's a bad idea, and I don't think it's going to happen. So, Greg, you're wrong. But I do think it seems to have been watered down now because of the depth of the playoff. It used to be, oh boy, if you won that thing, you were well positioned, man. I think that day's over because of the depth of the playoff teams.
Let's get to college basketball. Bill Self returning to Kansas. The 63-year-old Self has been at KU since 2003 and has won 2 national titles.
Yeah, the reason there's speculation about him not coming back, he struggled a little bit here and there, but it's a health thing. His health has not been good, and that's why people thought he might get out of it.
Let's get to golf. We've talked a lot about Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods will be allowed to seek treatment outside of the United States, according to the judge presiding over the case. So now it'll be interesting to see. Tiger cites privacy, but it's also invited speculation that he just wants to go take a vacation for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'll say this. I made the comment yesterday that Tiger has an opportunity, a real opportunity, to make a difference because he's a tortured soul who did badly and then resuscitated his life, can tell a lot of great stories. So I hope he'll take that advantage. I said it on yesterday's show. I'll say it today as well.
Sounds good. We'll get you out with today's musical note of the day. Happy heavenly birthday to Marvin Gaye, who was born on April 2nd, 1939. Gaye, known as the Prince of Motown, was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987, just the second ever class for the Rock Hall. Gaye was shot and killed by his father in 1984, a day before his 45th birthday. This is his duet with Tammy Terrell, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Happy birthday, Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye is the greatest. Love it, love it, love it. We'll take a break. When we come back, Lee Smith joins us. He's going to talk a little golf. That's next. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you? 1010XL. 1010XL. Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Alert! Alert! Termite swarms are active right now in Jacksonville, and once they get inside, damage can happen fast. Termites don't knock, they silently attack the structure of your home, leaving behind costly repairs and long-term headaches. Protect what you've worked hard for with the proven protection homeowners trust. Terminix it with advanced termite treatment and prevention solutions. Visit Terminix.com and schedule your free termite inspection today.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. When it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking forward. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
He used to lay the lumber on the field.
No, I'm not a quarterback, but I like eating quarterbacks for breakfast.
Now he lays his opinions on Jaguars Today. Tom McManus. Fridays on 1010XL. Opened by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. Here's a health and wellness tip from orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville.
Here's a simple tip for shoulder health to improve your posture. Slouching can put extra stress on your shoulders, leading to pain and injury. Make sure your head is over your shoulders are relaxed and pulled back, and your spine is properly aligned, whether you're sitting or standing. If you sit for long periods of time, make sure to get up and take breaks and work on pulling your shoulders back. Get up and get moving, Jacks, and go Jags.
Stay healthy with orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville.
La playa is Spanish for the beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La playa awaits.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. The Jaguars will be officially calling Orlando home in 2027 as they'll be playing in Camping World Stadium during the construction of Everbank Stadium before returning back in 2028. This season, they will remain in Everbank with a capacity of 42,507 as the facility goes under a $1.4 billion renovation. It's 80 degrees at 5 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Time now for the tour update with Players Championship Executive Director Lee Smith.
Keep an eye on this one.
Presented by Sunshine Turf, the highest quality artificial turf at affordable prices.
All right, we appreciate our friends from Sunshine Turf, and Lee Smith joins us now. He's the executive director of the Players Championship and our terrific golf analyst. Lee, how you doing, man?
Doing very well. Beautiful day.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous. You play golf. The Players over. Can you go play golf now? Are you getting any golf in?
Not yet, but it's not far off. I like to make sure that it's between 65 and 80. I'm a really fickle golfer when it comes to that.
I'm the same guy. I'm right with you. Lee, I'd be remiss if I don't start with this. The Tiger Woods story certainly was sad for all of us. We're learning more and more about it now. He is going to step away and seek help, seek treatment, I guess is the proper word. As someone who makes his living in the golf industry and knows all those guys, what did you make of the story? What did you think when you first heard it, and what do you think now?
Well, I think probably the easiest thing to say is that the PGA Tour, any golf course, any telecast, any product is better and additive when Tiger is involved. It's no secret that over the years that he's been known as not just the needle mover, but the actual needle himself. So certainly we will miss his presence at any of the events and just his name being brought up and those types of things. I think everybody's thankful that nobody was hurt. And I think certainly respect his decision to seek a little bit of help. It sounds like maybe even overseas to protect his privacy, which I think he deserves. And certainly look forward to him getting that help and returning, whether it's to play golf or just to be involved in golf or the governance of golf, all of those types of things as soon as possible.
Lee, I get that the Houston Open isn't, a signature event or anything like that, but my goodness, what a moment for Gary Woodland. I mean, obviously just an incredible ordeal what he's gone through with brain surgery and then at the Players Championship opening up about, his traumatic experiences dealing with, the recovery of it. I mean, what a great story. I mean, what have you had any interaction with Gary Woodland and what was your feelings watching him triumph in Houston?
Yeah, I think, I think you can tell when a winner of a golf tournament, how popular it is that, hey, this wasn't just a golf story. This became not only a sports story on SportsCenter, but hits on the Today Show and CNN and Good Morning America and articles in the Wall Street Journal. I mean, it just becomes a national feel-good story. And I think that's what's great about our game is somebody that kind of transcends just the sport of golf, at least for that 1 week. And, I think that on a week that was obviously had some tough news in it, I think somebody like Gary Woodland provides a shining light for not just kids to look up to, but certainly people that are out there struggling with things that he was told what he shouldn't do and what he can't do. And, but he knows his dreams to play the game of golf. And all of my interactions with Gary, which have been very, very short, but have all been extremely positive, extremely, respectful from his end. I just find it amazing that you suffer from something like that, not just the brain surgery, but then the PTSD that as you say, he exposed on at Players Week, and then are even told by doctors that one great way to help your condition and your diagnosis is to stay away from high stress environments. And I think all of us that play golf, no matter at what level, know that golf is a high stress environment, and we created ourselves that way. So, his ability to stay in the game, keep playing at the highest level, and then ultimately win only a couple weeks later, I think is certainly not just a golf story of the year, but going to be a sports story of the year too.
One round in, Lee, in San Antonio, Tony Finau playing well, among others. Will Zalatoris, haven't said that name in a while. Tommy Fleetwood, as always, is playing well. I think he's one of the best 4 or 5 players in the world. I really do. What got your attention after day one there at the Texas Valero Open?
I think the first thing that I would call out, Frank, and I've mentioned this once on your show before, but right there in the top 5 are two names. Maverick McNeely and Davis Thompson. And this is just another kind of feel-good story as the executive director of the Players Championship. But since the Players Championship, I've received one postcard thanking our team for putting together a great championship, and I've received one email thanking our team for putting together a great experience. And I got an email from Davis Thompson, and I got a postcard from Maverick McNeely. And that says, to me, that says a lot about their character, and certainly should be two guys that we all root for. But, from a professional standpoint, I think Tony Finau certainly would be a great story. I think he's got a win to get into Augusta where he's had some success. So it'd be really cool if he could, hold on these last 3 days and get a good finish there and maybe win the golf tournament and get into next week's Masters.
Lee, I'm curious to get your expertise on this. There's been some talk this week as we start to peak towards the Masters next week of guys that have not played in the 2 weeks leading up to the Masters. There isn't a great track record there. And this year there's a litany of elite guys that are not playing last week or this week in the lead up. Is that anything that you buy into, that's too much of a layoff before getting to Augusta?
I don't necessarily, Hayes, but I do trust the individuals. I think, as we kind of discussed last week, I think it's one of those things that it's not a blanket exercise that will work for one, works for all. I think some probably need those 2 weeks, and some are probably at home playing for $1,000 a hole and keeping their competitive juices flowing and playing with their buddies at home and practicing hard, and they'll be ready for Augusta and they'll be sharp and rested. And then I think there's others that probably are trying this for the first time, maybe and need to will find out that, hey, I wasn't ready and I wasn't as sharp. I think it's just one of those things that I think is from player to player. Certainly you excuse somebody like Scotty that hasn't played in a while to the birth of a child, to others that are maybe healing with some injuries, and those types of things, wanting to get fully healthy. But I think when it comes to just being sharp and knocking the rust off, I think that's a player by player comfort level. So I don't necessarily buy in that they won't be ready to go. But I think, ultimately, if you take 2 weeks off and arrive at Augusta and don't play well, you'll certainly look back on kind of that, how you set up that training table and maybe make some changes for future years.
Lee Smith with us, our golf analyst, the executive director of the Players. Lee, you spent a lot of time at Augusta. You've been to that often, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably. I've probably been there half a dozen times. I'm going to go back this year. This year will be the first time I've been back there, maybe in 4 or 5 years. But I'm going to go over the weekend, go up there Friday and go to the event. Probably Friday and Sunday is my guess. So it's been a while since I've seen it, and certainly look forward to seeing some of the changes they've made as much as my ticket will allow me to see. But always a fantastic event, a fantastic property. Just what you feel like is although they make tons of changes year to year for the better, and they're a standard to follow. I think one of the great things is that when you get there, everything seems like it's been there for 50 years. And I think that's the ultimate compliment that you can always give them. They're always changing, but it always looks like it's been that way forever.
Yeah, and you're one step ahead of me. You might have answered my follow-up, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So as a golf guy, a guy who's lived his whole life in golf, and your family's lived their whole life in golf, and you've seen golf from so many angles, and you have a better prism than we do. If you're driving down the road listening to our show right now, and I'm serious about this, and you don't really know golf, but you hear the Masters, the Masters, the Masters, the Masters. Lee, why is the Masters so special and so spectacular to people in the golf world?
I think that's a great question, Frank. It has found, I think, really the perfect balance of, being traditional in the sense that, there's still no cell phones there, and they almost have 100 years of history. But, when it comes to the longest tenured golf tournaments in the world, they're not close.
Right.
But they really have gravitated to the fan as it being one of the most historical and the most legendary. And then they've also, combined that with such fan-friendly touches, such as their broadcast with limited commercials, limited commercial spots that they sell for ads. Obviously, on site, the view, they've stayed away from hospitality venues. You don't see any obstructions on the golf course, other than a couple of bleachers here and there. Their food and beverage pricing is, at a level that they can stand because of, obviously, their commercial resources in a lot of different ways. And then the fact that the golf course is untouchable. The rest of the year, they close the golf course throughout the summer. Only take so much clay that is highly private and exclusive from October until about a month after the tournament. I think they've created a formula around all of those things that you can't touch and very fan friendly at the same time. That is, just ultimately a recipe that I think all of us that run golf tournaments try to take a piece of this and a piece of that to integrate into your own tournament. I think that's as good another, compliment that's as good as any as you can provide to that event.
The last two Players Champions have gone on to win the Masters. Can Cameron Young keep that going, make a three-peat?
I'll tell you what, you got to feel good if you're him, knowing that, hey, that's kind of the expectation. I would be very surprised if he's not in one of the top 5, top 10, betting favorites. Obviously coming in there with, as long as he hits the golf ball, his typical shot pattern is right to left, but which can be very favorable around Augusta. The fact that he hits the ball really, really high, and obviously has gotten to a place where he's learned to move it both directions if he has to, and obviously putting a little bit better. So I would not be surprised at all if he's in contention coming into the weekend, and certainly kind of following in those tracks of the Scotty and Rory, our last two Players Champions, to don the green jacket.
Lee Smith, our golf analyst and the executive director of the Players Championship, will be with us next Thursday. And then heading to Augusta. I'm jealous, but I know you'll have a great time. Lee, thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
You got it. Thank you. Talk to you soon.
All right, man. Lee Smith, terrific golf analyst, our golf analyst, joining us every Thursday here on the program. We'll take a break. When we come back, Alex Ricker-Gilbert, he's a show regular. He'll be by in just a bit to talk about. I'm going to ask him about a few different things about JU, the campus, the sports, all of it. That's next. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show. From the Harrell and Harrell studio, don't settle for less than you deserve.
It began with a dream.
And you know what he was looking for?
I bet you're going to tell me.
1010 XL.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnicht Chevrolet is proud to be a 9-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year recipient, the only dealership in Northeast Florida to ever win this prestigious award. Well, it's earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness, all part of Nimnicht's Treating You Right guarantee. Now, look, I've been buying my cars from Nimnicht forever. That is a true story. I started in 1982 buying my cars from Billy Nimnicht Jr., God rest his soul. He taught me how to buy a car, and I've been doing it ever since. I trust my friends at Nimnicht. They care about the community. They care about their customers. They do it right. They've supported our charity, Walk Off Charity, so many times. I really do appreciate that. If you want to buy a car, you want to be treated right, not just when you buy the car, but after the sale as well. Well, that's what they do. They care about their customers, they care about this community, and they care about treating you right. So who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? That answer is simple. Nobody but Nimnicht. Visit their showroom off Cassett or go to nimnichtchevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple of years ago, went smooth as silk, was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Our son Eric's a Division I collegiate baseball pitcher who is having shoulder pain. We took him to Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and are confident that he's now on the road to recovery. This is Beth Anderson, and we love the care Eric receives at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Explore the mind of a quarterback with our QB guru.
We want to take you into the lab so you can learn more about the science of quarterbacking.
Denny Thompson is the Quarterback Whisperer, driven by George Moore Chevrolet. Friday mornings on The Drill on 1010XL.
The Jacksonville Icemen are in town for 3 games, starting Thursday for $3 beer and wine night, plus Paint the Ice. Be part of Paint the Ice post-game and honor a loved one in a powerful way. Your $5 donation helps support cancer-related organizations right here in our community. Then join us again on Friday and Saturday as the Icemen continue to freeze the Florida Everblades. All games start at 7 p.m. Tickets available on Ticketmaster or by visiting jacksiceman.com.
Iceman hockey is #Sub-Zero.
Bet on the ball game. Get your money down. Money lines, totals, and parlays. We're cashing tickets all around.
It's baseball betting season, and VSiN's MLB betting guide is a home run for bettors. Download your free special edition of the guide, featuring a betting preview of the Atlanta Braves and Tampa Bay Rays at 1010XL.com. That's 1010XL.com.
Hey, I've got that craving again. How about some Mr. Chubby's wings?
Have you had the Chubby style wings? Grilled to perfection with Chubby's secret seasoning.
You know I have. They are so delicious. I swear you can't find anywhere in town with better wings and better prices on drinks.
So many different specials each night, too. Well, I'm ready to chub it up again.
Me too.
See all their specials at MrChubby'sWings.com. Locations on Fleming Island, the West Side, and Ponte Vedra Beach. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Jacksonville, you're on the clock. When your oil change is due, don't waste your pick sitting at a dealership. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, there's no appointment needed. Just pull in, stay in your car, and in 15 minutes, you're done. That's a smart pick. With convenient locations, a 4.7-star national rating, and named #1 quick lube for customer service by Forbes, Valvoline is the easy choice. Make the right call. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your first-round pick for service.
Looking for golf that doesn't feel like golf? Welcome to Pine Royale, Callahan's new golf entertainment destination. Play a 9-hole par 3 course, compete in TrackMan-powered driving bays, and get ready for all-new 18-hole mini golf coming soon. As the sun goes down, the course lights up. Add in great food, a full bar, and space to hang with the whole crew, and suddenly golf feels a whole lot more social. Search Pine Royale Callahan and come play today.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
We sure appreciate our friends from Stanley Pools. Former JU catcher Greg Stanley and his family, they do a terrific job. So Stanley Pools, always a Stanley Pools Thursday around here. We're live at Session Stadium. Gosh, what a gorgeous day. Frank Frangie, Hayes Carline, and show regular Alex Ricker-Gilbert is here. Did you order up this day? Are you responsible?
I did, and it's been too long since I've been on, so I said, well, we got to make sure the weather's nice out here for him.
Hey, I'll get the teams and whatnot in a minute, but this gorgeous campus. We were over there. I drove over by the pool and all that stuff, and then to go. Let me ask you this: what's next? Obviously, the arena's next. Let's start with that. We haven't talked about it in a while. I don't know how much of it's public, but I think it's widely known that you're trying to do it.
Yep.
What's the update on that? What can you say publicly about your plans to have a little community that includes a rec center? Am I saying it right? That the arena as well.
Yeah, and I think it's on this. We have a lot of land, beautiful land on this campus. In the south part of campus, we have about 50 acres of undeveloped property that we're looking at developing with private developers, with the city. And part of that is the idea of this youth sports complex that could really be a community endeavor and initiative that would include an opportunity for our teams to play there. But at the end of the day, it's to really drive traffic to the Arlington area and continue to lift this area as a neighborhood and bring it back to what it once was, where people want to come and hang out and be on our campus and be in the Arlington neighborhood, just like, people now are in Brooklyn and Murray Hill and places like that have come back and are new. And so the goal is to really revitalize Arlington, and that's a big part of it.
When that happens, an arena will be in there.
Yep.
Okay. What's the timetable?
We've been working on this, for the better part of 3.5 years already.
Okay.
And we're making good progress. I think ideally you open the arena 28-29.
Okay.
That is sort of the short timeline, the optimistic timeline, but right now that's not that far away.
No, that's pretty close.
2026.
Yeah,
if all goes according to plan, and people know, as everybody knows, all doesn't always go according to plan, but if we keep checking the boxes to accomplish what we're doing, that's the idea.
What kind of capacity are you looking at?
We've talked a lot about what schools are now doing, and for years they built these 15, 17, 20,000 seat arenas at the highest level, but a school like Baylor that built a new arena, who won a national championship as recent in 21, it was 7,000. And so the idea is to make it more of an intimate VIP type experience, and we're thinking 2,500 to 3,000.
Which would make sense. I mean, Cameron Indoor is 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it would make a lot of sense. Other areas of this campus, how involved are the athletics? I mean, you're all around this thing. You were at lacrosse just now. You came up in a swanky golf cart, by the way. That was a very swanky golf cart, by the way. The talk about some of the area. The lacrosse stadium, which was once a football stadium, is gorgeous.
Yep.
What are the other highlights for you? Is the AD here? Been the AD a long time here, which is amazing. But life goes fast, doesn't it? But other areas of this campus that jump off the page. I think it's just gorgeous. I mean, once you get on this campus, it's amazing.
Yeah, and 10 years this month as AD here, which is
10 years.
Hard to believe.
10 years.
A full decade. I've been fooling people a long time, I guess. But, the President Koss came back 13 years ago, 14 years ago, and has really built up this physical plant to a 21st century level, to what kids want in 2026, from dining to living to the amenities. We have the nicest pool in the country. I truly believe that. It's brand new, right outside the back of the River House with beach volleyball. But what I would say is that from a facility perspective, my proudest accomplishment is that we've enhanced every single facility. We've done something everywhere so that our kids feel as though they're taken care for. This is a Division I program. Facility matters. You look at baseball, you look at softball, you look at rowing, you look at the basketballs, you look at lacrosse, you look at the golf facilities. I mean, everywhere we've been able to touch and enhance, and that's really throughout this campus. It's not just athletics, and a lot of the credit to the president and the board and our wonderful donors. You mentioned the golf cart. That was a donor gift,
right.
And so a lot of these facilities, this facility here with the new video board and the padding and the fence and the lights, that's all donor funded. And so we've had wonderful supporters for all of our programs, and we've been very fortunate over the years to enhance this thing for our kids.
In terms of looking at baseball, and you guys host Stetson tonight, what does it mean to you when you go to Gainesville and beat the University of Florida?
Never gets old.
Right.
It never gets old. And that's sort of, this program is never out. And, obviously we've had a tough few weeks here. We've had a bunch of injuries. But if I know a Coach Hayes team, they're going to keep battling, and they're going to figure it out as the season goes. I mean, I was thinking about 2021 when the same thing happened. We really struggled. I think we were 0-13 in April in 2021.
Oh, wow.
We got a couple kids back. We got rolling, and a lot of the JU people remember we won the tournament and went to the NCAA tournament that year after that stretch. And so this team's not going to quit. And Florida's a great example of that. They hadn't lost a midweek game. They hadn't, they had beaten Florida State, right, a bunch of times midweek, and we went down there and competed and ended up winning. And I hope what that does for these guys is it reminds them how good they are and gives them a little bit of confidence.
When you look at college baseball, that's the sport that a mid-major can get going on. I mean, there's no. I mean, the A-Sun can often be a two-bid league, right? I mean, it's a pretty good league.
It is a good league, and I think a little bit more. We were two bid a few years ago. Now with some of the transitions and the Division IIs joining, which has been great, but the RPI level of all the programs isn't the same. But it's a really strong league, particularly on this side. Obviously, UNF's playing really well, FGCU's playing really well. Everybody's competitive, and so we got 21 more league games to position ourselves where we want to be, and it's exciting. There's no better time of year than April.
Game tonight at 7, game tomorrow at 7, and then Saturday at 1 o'clock. Yep. For fans that have never come here, what's the ticket cost?
For single game tickets, it's $10, and it's a great experience. It's a wonderful park. It's a historic park. And as I said, we've done a lot to it. And so it's comfortable. There's a lot of different places to watch and sit. And so I invite everybody in town to come enjoy a ball game.
What's going on in basketball these days? Like Jordan Mincy, what is he? Is he stocking a roster? Is he figuring which guys are staying, who he wants to bring in? What happens for a basketball coach at JU this time of year?
All of the above.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I was telling somebody it used to be the season ends, you can sort of catch your breath and take a few days and then work on who's coming in next year, and that's just not the case anymore.
Yeah.
As soon as the season ends, it's who you looking to retain, who's going to look to move on, who's unretainable in that they're going to another level no matter what. And so the focus first is retention. And then obviously you want to keep your freshmen who you've signed. And then you start thinking about who's going in the portal, who you're hearing is going in the portal, because as you guys know, rosters turn over every year. And so it's a 365-day job. I'm not saying that it wasn't before,
right?
But in this environment, with the money that's there and with the movement, I heard the other day, before the portals even opened, there are 2,000 guys on the men's side that have declared their intent already to enter the portal. And so that is it's going to be a significant percentage of Division I in the portal. And what's talked about is all these places where guys land. The sad part is there's a lot of guys that don't end up anywhere. And that's sort of the story that's not told in this environment. Everybody looks at the grass is greener, and as we all know, that's not always the case.
Has that opened up more high school recruiting opportunities in terms of blue chip talent that maybe would have been perceived as unattainable 3 or 4 years ago?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a good observation. The big guys are really looking at proven commodities at the college level. Who has been productive at the college level? Rob McCray, Steph Payne. Those are two very recent examples. And so we're able to go get a guy like Hayden Wood, who I thought was the best freshman in the conference by the end of the season. And maybe a few years ago, he's not on the table. And so obviously he's a priority for us to keep. Those conversations are trending in the right direction. But yeah, I think absolutely. Evan Sturck was another good freshman. You have opportunity to get really good freshmen now that maybe you wouldn't have been able to get before.
You'll be locked into the Final Four?
I'll be locked in.
And by the way, Alex did want me to tell you guys, he's got plenty of tickets.
Yeah.
Just call Alex. He's got hundreds of tickets. You got poor Alex is A and AD. B, he's from Storrs, Connecticut. So just change your number, bro.
Yeah, I got an 860 number, and so which is Northeast Connecticut, and yeah, I grew up 5 minutes from the University of Connecticut, and so I have no affiliation with UConn. Didn't go there, but everybody thinks because I grew up there, I magically get tickets from the University of Connecticut, which I don't have to tell you. That's not how it works.
Yeah,
who do you like?
I got
How
to
do you
say
think it
UConn.
goes?
I do think to take my hometown hat off, I actually do think the winner comes from the other game.
Okay.
And Arizona looks really hard to beat. So does Michigan, but I'll say Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
You think Arizona's the best team, don't you?
I think Arizona. Yeah.
I think Michigan's going to win. Yeah. I think Dusty May and Michigan's going to win. I think they but I will tell you, it's the UConn winning would probably surprise me a little. Any of the other three, including Illinois, would not. Illinois winning would not surprise me.
I wouldn't be surprised by any of them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
the UConn's a close.
If UConn is the quote, like,
that's
fourth,
right. If
that's a pretty strong
if they're the upset.
Yeah.
If they're the upset.
A guy who's won 2 national titles and a program that, has won, 6 total?
Yeah, 6. And they got guys, Caravan's got championship pedigree. Nobody else in the tournament does.
Yeah,
so.
that's a great point. Final thing, where the NCAA is now, the Score Act, do you like it? Is it going to go through? What do you think? I will say this, and you were ahead of your time on this, but the whole Tommy Tuberville's is the Score Act the 5-year thing? Is that the same thing?
It's got a bunch of different.
Okay. But the 5-year, you have 5 years to play 5. You can transfer one time. After that, you got to sit out. I love that, by the way. So what politically, what's going on in the world of college
I don't know
athletics?
if the Score Act has the 5 and 5. I think it might. There's a bunch of bills out there.
Yeah.
The 5 and 5, I think, the challenge there is it then changes things for the high school kids, right? Because then they're leaving and expecting seniors who graduate to be gone, but then they've got another year, and so it makes it even harder to have those opportunities. But I see where where everybody's coming from on that. I think the most important part of that Score Act, and I do think it's a good option, is the transfer piece that limits it to one time unless the coach leaves or if somebody graduates. So I think that's a great alternative to what we're currently doing, although I'm not sure if there's anything that would be a bad alternative.
Exactly right. Alex Ricker-Gilbert is the AD. You got some baseball coming up here. You excited?
I'm excited. Big night.
JU and Stetson, 7 o'clock, first pitch. Alex, thanks. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Back in a moment. It's 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Jacksonville Sports, 24/7. Your teams, your town, on your time. The 1010XL network is here. Find 1010XL at 1010XL.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Pickett here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools has been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer. Nobody but Nimnick. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnickBuickGMC.com today to learn more or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
You've always known Beard's Diamonds for, well, our diamonds. But have you heard about our watches? Beard's is proud to introduce a new and exciting selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. If you've tried to find a Rolex these days, you know how hard it is. But Beard's has scoured the country to put together an incredible selection of pristine Rolexes, thoroughly inspected and fully authenticated. These are like new Rolexes, all the most popular models, GMT Masters, Submariners, Sky Dwellers, and more. Come in today and check out our new collection of amazing timepieces. And if you have a Rolex to sell or trade, Beard's buyers are here with top dollar offers. Beard's Diamonds, always looking for new ways to give our customers the finest quality and the guaranteed best value price. Locally owned and operated for more than 4 decades, Beard's is your trusted source for fine diamonds, exquisite designer jewelry, stunning engagement rings, and now the finest luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Come find the Rolex of your dreams now. Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
Southwest Greens is the OG of artificial turf in North Florida. Stop mowing and start chipping or putting or just relaxing with a beautiful backyard, maintenance free. Log on to southwestgreensofjacksonville.com to see what they can do to your backyard.
Credit card interest
interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long, drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
Now, a lot of good guests today. I'll take the golden moment when Chris Hayes came over here, and he was really funny. He talked about that great win over Florida. Then off air, he told us, why didn't we play that way over the weekend? So when he played your rival, but he does a great job. So Chris Hayes stopped by. Lee Smith did as well. Always good to see Alex Ricker Gilbert, the AD. And JU does a great job setting us up, too. So it's a great setup, and we're great to be here, and so glad to be here. And JU Stetson tonight coming up at 7 o'clock. How about Connor Griffin? How about he's up?
How about that?
How about we just thought he's out? And by the way, make no mistake about this. That he's the 19-year-old prospect for the Pirates. They began negotiating his long-term deal, and they're close. What a great way to close it. Call him up. Wouldn't be surprised I wouldn't be shocked if he signs it and they send him down. But I mean,
because I saw something where. So have they added an incentive to get guys up? Because it looked like the Pirates are bringing him up before the extension,
right? Because
then they get credit for something like a draft pick.
Yeah, yes. The way that part works is if the Super 2 is there to give an extra year, but to teams that are now, but people hated that. So now teams that beat it get an extra pick. So, which is good. So, but no, good. But there's a lot of JJ. You notice how many young players are coming up earlier than they used to,
and they're good. I mean, like this season, the first week of the season, I've noticed a ton of these rookies that have just been absolutely awesome across the league, and a lot of the stars have not had good starts.
Right, and I think you know what? I think baseball finally said, screw it. We've been trying to hold on to our guys forever. If we got a guy that's good, bring him up. But how about this kid's 19?
That's amazing.
I mean, that's what I think it is. I think these clubs have realized maybe these kids can make big, they can do a lot of things in the major leagues that I guess a guy at 19 used to never be able to do.
And the extension of that, JJ, is what they're doing is they used to weigh, if you bring him up now, he'll take a year or two to be ready, which is okay, but now I'm losing the year on the back end. Now they're thinking, screw that. If I'm only going to have him 4 or 5 years anyway, let's get the good now. And that's why they're coming up.
Well, and again, if you're going to enter into an extension with the player as well, if you feel that strongly about him, it's really smart because you're getting a great economical deal. But it's also great for the player who hasn't probably made a ton yet. Maybe he got a ton of huge signing bonus, but he's not making a whole lot in terms of salary. So he's looking at it like, look, if I can get $125 million guaranteed to me right now, knowing I'm still going to be able to hit free agency at 27, 28, makes a lot of sense.
Well, and I'll say this too, JJ, you'll appreciate this, I think. So when they sent him down, it bugged me all spring that they were going to, but we were there last Saturday, 2 weeks ago Saturday, and Skeens pitched against Kevin Gausman, and I can tell you, JJ, Gausman overmatched Griffin. Griffin struck out 2 or 3 times. He was late. And JJ, you've seen Gausman pitch.
Yeah, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah, he's really good. And so he overmatched Griffin. So when I overmatched him. So when I saw that, I thought, okay, you know what? They're doing the right thing. They're sending him down. But then I got thinking about it. You know how you get? You know the only way to get to where you can hit Kevin
Keep
Gausman?
facing him.
You got to face Kevin Gausman, and that's exactly right. So I think somewhere along the line they figured that out. The other thing is, too, he's 19. He went down, he hit 400 in AAA. He's obviously not going to get any better. He's already better than those pitchers. So why not come up here? So the point is, he's probably going to get overmatched some.
Will he play every day?
Oh, no question.
Okay.
Oh, the last thing they were going to do is bring him up, put him on the bench.
Yeah.
He will be their shortstop. He'll either be their everyday shortstop or he'll go back to Indy. The last thing you want with a prospect is to sit on the bench.
That's why they have a lot of guys down sometimes in the minors, even though they probably could play in the majors.
Correct.
But it's like we want to make them play every single day.
Yeah, he's a guy that if he's not playing every day here, he'll go down. That's the last guy. Yeah, he'll be. I mean, he may bat 8th, but he'll be in the order. So it'll be kind of fun. I'll be honest, it's going to be kind of fun to watch and see what
Maybe you've got a sleeper.
Well, he would be a sleeper.
No, I'm saying for the team.
The team?
Like the team might be a sleeper.
Probably not, but wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Hey, won yesterday. We're 3-3. 3-3.
It's funny how your optimism that you have for pretty much every other aspect in life with the Pirates disappears pretty quickly.
You're right. I'm a really optimistic guy about everything else. I really am. I'm so scarred. There's no words to explain the scarring, the significant scarring that we have had. So it's a beautiful day out here at JU, folks. We really mean that. Stetson's taking BP now. JU took it earlier. We were talking about it earlier. It's a perfect day.
It really is.
I mean, this day is about perfect. What do you figure, about 70 degrees maybe? 72 degrees at the most. Yeah, 75. So
it's just gorgeous.
It is a gorgeous day.
No humidity.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap the program. We'll say hello to Rick Ballou. That's all up next. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The NCAA Women's Final Four will begin Friday in Phoenix, Arizona. Undefeated UConn taking on the South Carolina Gamecocks, who they beat in last year's national championship game. The Huskies are a 7.5-point favorite, minus 325. South Carolina plus 250. They're in their 6th straight Final Four, over under 135.5. The UCLA Bruins taking on Texas in the other national semifinal game. The Longhorns a 1.5 favorite over the Bruins. Texas minus 140. UCLA plus 114, and the over-under it's at 132.5. UConn is at minus 150 to win the women's national championship.
Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keysofprogress.com.
I'm Tony Desiri with your Visa in Action update on 1010XL.
Alert! Alert! Termite swarms are active right now in Jacksonville, and once they get inside, damage can happen fast. Termites don't knock, they silently attack the structure of your home, leaving behind costly repairs and long-term headaches. Protect what you've worked hard for with the proven protection homeowners trust. Terminix with advanced termite treatment and prevention solutions. Visit Terminix.com and schedule your free termite inspection today.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. If you're looking to get cards graded by PSA or some advice on what to do with your old sports cards, every Wednesday and Friday from 1 to 6 p.m., Seth and Maria review cards for PSA submission. We then mail them out if they're grade worthy. It's Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Hey Jacksonville, David Garrard here. If you want a street legal golf cart that's built with quality and style, check out Dynamic Drives and Designs in Jacks Beach. They have new, used, and fully customized carts from the top brands like Atlas, Dodge, and Pilot Car. Every cart gets a complete expert inspection, so you know it's ready to hit the road. Their team can help you design the perfect custom cart that fits your style and needs. For your custom golf cart, visit DynamicDrivesDesign.com today and see your perfect ride.
Get a healthy start in 2026. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to help you get healthy and stay healthy all year long. Our dedicated team is committed to providing high-quality care and trusted public health services for our community. Our mission is simple: to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Learn more about our programs and services by visiting duval.floridahealth.gov.
Make Capital Glass and Shower Doors your premier choice for top quality glass solutions. With over 40 years of expertise, their team specializes in commercial and residential projects. From elegant shower doors to modern frameless enclosures, they've got you covered. But that's not all. They also offer glass railing systems, glass wine cabinets, and much more. For unmatched quality and service, choose Capital Glass and Shower Doors. Your vision, their expertise. Visit online at capcoglass.com.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
I got to admit it, Caroline, a lot of times I don't know what LaSilva's got in the pouch. I know what he's got in the pouch today.
That's right.
I do know. JJ, tell the public, please.
I got a pair of tickets to see Leonid and Friends as they perform music from the band Chicago live at the Florida Theater. That is early next week, April 6th. So be car number 4 right now at 641-1010.
And people, I assume people know. If you don't know Leonid, we talked all about it. They're a bunch of guys from Moscow, guys and girls from Moscow. They're totally Russian. They don't speak English, I don't think. But they sing Chicago music and now Earth, Wind, and Fire music and sound like them. Now, this, by the way, is Chicago, okay? This is Bobby Lamb, okay? This is Bobby Lamb. This isn't Leonid. But, so you got a chance to go. Well, you have a chance to win, so go ahead and hope you win. Chris Fowler pulled off NFL games. Did you like him on NFL games, or could you not get used to him not being a college
really.
guy?
Yeah, I mean he's fine.
Yeah.
I mean it wasn't like Herb Street, who I think is just completely out of his league doing the NFL. But so Fowler didn't bother me as much as Herb Street does, but I'm not surprised. That they're in because they've acquired NFL Network,
Correct.
and so they've got
That's correct.
now more talent. It's more
There's
NFL,
more, and there's more options, right?
Yeah. So. But I mean, I never had an issue with Chris Fowler doing it.
I'll say this: Chris Fowler carved out a heck of a career. This was a young guy from Colorado who hosted Scholastic Sports Academy. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Scholastic Sports Academy on ESPN. It was all about high school kids, and he was a good broadcaster. Nobody ever heard of him, and but he kept going up the ranks a little bit with small stuff. And then, of course, the gigantic break was Game Day. The first host of Game Day, by the way, who was it?
The first host, Tim Brando.
Tim Brando, very good. You can't slip one by you. I can try and come inside if I want, but I'm not slipping that by you. Not that fastball on the inner half. Most people don't know that, though. Tim Brando was the first host of Primetime.
Yeah.
And then Fowler took over, and it was Fowler, Corso, and Craig James.
Right.
That's how it started. And it was and it was good.
Yeah.
And then Craig James left to do games or whatever, and they brought in this young guy from Ohio State that nobody knew named Kirk Herbstreit, and they've been fantastic ever since.
Yeah. I always really admired Chris Fowler's schedule because he would do college football and to your point, be one of the faces of the sport as the host of Game Day. And then he would get to go to Paris for 2 weeks to do the French Open.
Yeah, September was hard for him. Because, I mean, well, go ahead.
Well, no, and then he'd get to go to London to do Wimbledon for 2 weeks. And so I thought, had two really cool assignments because he was massively in college football and also got to travel to these great locations and, broadcast from Grand Slam tennis events I thought was really awesome.
Yeah, he's the tennis guy and the college football guy, which is fine in the summer and it's fine in November. In September, it's hard because it crosses over. The U.S. Open happens while college football is happening, but no, I think Fowler's really good. Do you like Orlovsky?
Yeah, I like
most
Orlovsky.
People, nobody's in between on him.
I like Riddick a lot.
Yeah, same.
And but I do like the combination of Riddick and Orlovsky together. I don't know that that's if we'll ever see that again. But I thought they did a good job of both insightful, but didn't talk over each other and gave each other the amount of space. But I'd like to see Riddick in his own booth as his own guy.
I agree.
And Orlovsky in his own booth as his own guy.
Yeah, Riddick's really good. They're both really good, but Riddick's really good. Any word on who the backup ESPN team will be?
I have no idea.
We just know it's not going to be Fowler, right?
Yeah, I would be very interested to see who
Chris Berman.
Yeah, but
he used to be the guy that would do the second one.
And they had, and it wasn't Steve Levy a couple years ago, or
maybe, that sounds right.
Yeah, and then it was Fowler. They have the great A team in Buck and Aikman, but they couldn't find a very good backup. They couldn't find a very good backup team, which is probably why.
And I saw they're getting rid of the Monday night doubleheaders this year and putting those games, strategically elsewhere on the calendar.
Yeah.
So we're not losing out on primetime games.
Right. Now we're
just not going to have as many. We're not going to have any double dips on Monday night, which I'm fine with, as long as we still get those games somewhere else on the calendar.
Yeah. Now I said they don't want the games to cross over. Was there any chance they'd have a 6 and a 9?
I don't think so.
They're one game.
I think they're only going to do one game on Monday Night Football, at least for this season. My guess is the way the holidays are this year.
Well, they're playing every day of the week.
Yeah, it gives them a little more flexibility in terms of scheduling. Because trust me, they're not all of a sudden going to have 5 fewer games on national TV.
Right.
They're just redistributing those games.
Apparently, Thanksgiving weekend now, there's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
There's all those Thursday games.
Right.
A couple Friday games.
Yep.
By the time we get to Sunday, you're going to be tired of the NFL. I mean, it really is pretty amazing stuff. So, but I'll be interested to see who ESPN kind of brings in. I'll tell you this, I texted my buddy Ian Eagle the other day. I said, I think you're the best play-by-play guy going. I think he's really good. I think Ian Eagle is really. He's an NFL guy, but in college basketball,
he's great.
And I will tell you that call the other night was fantastic. It was fantastic. So yes, what about Nance?
Hopefully we get a couple of those Saturday night.
Yeah,
a couple of thrillers.
Absolutely. What about Nance?
I think Nance is incredible.
Has he lost his fastball at all?
I don't see that at all.
Yeah. I don't either.
I thought it was more Nance's call than him getting pushed out. I could be wrong, but but I can't wait to hear him next week at the Masters.
Yeah, I don't think it was his call on the college basketball.
Oh, you think he was pushed out?
Yeah, I do. All right. Let's say hello to Hacker Nation.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
You know where this guy's been, don't you? This guy's rolling in from Disney.
That's right.
I mean, he probably stayed at the Fish and the Swan or the Wolf or whatever
you stay there for free now with all the times you've been there, right? You've got to have.
They pay him.
I mean, I was going to say, you got to have points.
He's an influencer.
It's the swan and dolphin, Frank. Swan and dolphin.
There's a swan and a fish and a porpoise. There was something. I know what it was. Do you stay there?
Actually, no, not this time. But I'll tell you a funny story. So I took a little hack down there because I just needed some cheer in my life after Florida got eliminated in the second round. And I basically booked the tickets an hour after the Iowa loss. So I'm sitting in line at Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot. I'm sure you've been there many times. And I'm watching UConn Duke. And word is spreading that it's getting close. And so everybody's on their phones. You got, hundreds of people in this queue, they call it, for the ride. And then when UConn does what they do and they hit that shot, it was a pretty incredible scene there at the Epcot Guardians of the Galaxy ride. So that was one thing I'll remember for a long time.
The word on the street is...
What did Groot say?
If Hacker had two choices. Choice one... Hawaii, New Zealand, Australia, Iceland, Paris, London, back to Paris, back to Australia, Alaskan cruise back here, or Disney. Hacker say Disney. Is that true?
Maybe.
That's the word on the street. That's rumor. It's scuttlebutt. I'm all about the scuttlebutt hack.
Do you get recognized when when you go there? Do you ever have an employee that recognizes you?
Well, it's funny you say that because we were at the Beach and Yacht Club on Monday before we came back, and I was wearing the shameless self-promotion hacker hat.
Yeah.
And I got a Duval Go Jags.
Look at you, see?
So 1010XL is pretty popular down there at the Walt Disney World Resort.
Hey, let me say it a little more succinctly. That's a yes.
Yes, it is.
That is a yes. Of course it is. So,
That's awesome.
Hack, what's coming up tonight, bro?
Yeah, obviously going to do a lot on the National Football League, the draft, 3 weeks from tonight, as a matter of fact, till the first round of the NFL draft. I got a statistic here that I'll share with you guys. AFC South, right? You talk about the free agents that were added for the 4 teams and people brought in via trade for the 4 teams. Obviously, the Jaguars have won, right? And Chris Rodriguez. If you take Houston, Indianapolis, and Tennessee, they combined have 35 new players, whereas Jacksonville only has 1 right now. I think that's really, really interesting, and we're going to talk about it here momentarily.
Well, the storyline is because Jacksonville didn't need them. They won the division. Jacksonville's roster was pretty built. Now we'll see if they got it right or not, but it certainly feels like they did. So, all right, Hacker Nation goes into the night. He does a great job, or actually After Dark. Let me say it to get the name of the show right. Hacker After Dark comes up right now. Hack, thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Hacker Nation. He'll do a terrific job. Tomorrow, Loser Monday picks.
Oh, that's
you have
big.
you have your list? You have your value board?
I've got a board.
JJ, you got a value board?
Of course.
Oh, the board.
I'm not losing 2 straight, Frank.
That'll do it for our program. Hackers next. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.